Hey there guys, so today I wanted to show you this budget deck that I used to get to Master and I used for a huge amount of content in the game. As you can see, it only needs 3 legendaries and it needs 5 epics, which is, 8 epics, which is, as far as dust goes, really quite minimal. You can definitely make this with your initial rolls, as you will need to nuke pretty much your entire account, but you can make this for free, and it is a 100% top tier deck. It has gotten me wins in Master, and Master is like a significant step above the other ranks. So here I'm gonna show you. Whoa. So here I'm going to go through some replays and basically give you some of the deck in action. I'll just go through one replay because I don't want to make this video too long, but I'll kind of explain the thought process and how to play it. The deck's reasonably simple to play. If you've got a firm grasp of the game mechanics and you just like generally play with an aggressive mentality, you should pick up the deck really quite quickly. So let's talk about we'll talk about the mulligan. Oh, okay. Right, so what did I mulligan there? Can you rewind? Let me go back. Okay, right. I want to talk about the mulligan. Professional. But basically what you want to be doing with this deck is you want to mulligan for a certain start if you're going first. Certain start if you're going second, and you kind of always, regardless, want to have the same spell in your hand. So here you see I am going second, so we'll continue. So this was my initial hand. Why is it not pausing? Okay, it just instant mulligans? Sure, why not? Right, okay, put that there. So what I've got with this hand here is I tried to, because I was going second, I wanted to get a 1-drop so that I could immediately shove that into my mana. So turn 2, I would then wanted to have a 3-drop available. So that's why I had the Golem. Unfortunately, I did not get the mulligan for the 6-drop spell that creates as many. It fills your board with Golems, so it makes up to 5, which basically is the most important card in this deck by far. I'm not sure why this always starts freaking out whenever it's plugged in, by the way. It's only when it's plugged into the computer. But anyway, so the mulligan, if you're going first with this deck, is you'd want the Armored Hercules, the top left card. You want that, and you want the 2-drop Beetle that is 2-1 with charge. What that does is turn 1 you play your armored. You need red mana, but fine. So you turn 1 you play your Hercules, pass. Comes back to your turn. You have 2 mana. You swing with the Hercules. Chuck it back in, and then call the Beetle. Swing again, which is 2 free damage. And then ideally the next turn after that you'll drop the 4-drop because you're playing Chiron, whatever, which reduces your spell cost by 2, so that'll be a 4-drop, and you'll swarm your board with Golems and destroy both your opponent's forces usually, and at that point, like, you're really far ahead. So as long as your opponent doesn't start popping off like super hard with the additional mana they have, you should win. It's not necessarily always correct to go for the forces. Sometimes you'll want to just chill out, not do anything, leave the board there against decks that you're pretty confident won't be able to remove it, and then you can just try and kill on the next turn. So anyway, let's continue with this. We'll speed it up a little bit. So here my opponent, this is actually a mirror match, so my opponent is playing a slightly different version of the red deck. So here, what just happened there? Right. So what happened there? I played my mana, got out, searched. So played my 1-drop, searched for the hog, and dropped it into mana. You can see the draw here. The Megaton Hammer is really good because this is a 2-drop. Basically, remove like most of the game. It's so good. So here he plays Beetle. Now I kind of misplayed here. I shouldn't have played the Golem. What I should have done was played I probably should have played Beetle and popped or something, but I think actually I think I still get the pop actually, so it ended up being fine. Now I swung into forces. So you can see my I got really lucky with that top deck there. Got the Golem spell. That was basically exactly what I needed, and here I just nuke his forces. Now in this matchup, the having him have movement is really annoying. So I wanted to deal with that as a priority. Here I just smash his value minion because it's big, it's got value. Play this so I can clear his Mapurat, clear his force, go face. I want to get him down low so I can kill him hopefully on my next turn. So he plays big 5-drop here, smashes that. Play some dudes, but at this point I know he'll have no defenders. I chucked this into my 5-drop into mana, so I'd have it for the next turn. I can remove both his defenders. He has no forces, so any minions I call can go face. So I only need to create 2 more damage here, and as you can see, that's really quite easy. I actually have a lot more than 2 damage. So yeah, just clean up the game. So that's basically how you play this deck. It's only one example game, but you will pick it up quite quickly. And that was a game in Master. So I also think games below that rank should be like a lot easier because the decks won't be as complete. They won't you should be playing like worse decks as well. In Master, it's pretty much all top tier decks. It's all like if you play green, it's probably it's going to be Elf. If you play white, it's going to be control white. So like those matchups are like just going to be really tough intrinsically. It's tough to play the second Master, but to climb to Master is really good, and for the value for the dust investment is top. So yeah, that's the deck. That's the deck. I'll just put it back up on screen, so I'll end on that. Anything else important about the deck? So I should say it's also been very competent in the quest content. I've been able to auto pretty much all of the quest content. The only thing basically just I haven't been bothered to do bits and pieces of it, but this is really solid for that. It's won against like half the daily AIs on auto battle, so there's that. So yeah, just overall, this is really solid. Now, in terms of changes you could make to the deck, there are a couple of options you can run. So one of them is going to be this. So if you wanted to, you can run this dude, Golem Mobilization, which creates 2 Golems and gives all your Golems plus 300 BP. The reason this is valuable is because with Chiron, it's a 3-drop. Which makes it like really fast, good for gaining tempo, good for swinging, good for like if you can play this on like the turn before or something as well, or like buffing up all your stuff to help like clear stuff in blocks is really nice. But it's okay. Another really solid option is let's remove red from that filter. Another very solid option is actually a 4-drop. My bad. And it is going to be just past it. It's going to be this the charged hippo. Now this is super good because like in the mirror match, this is super useful. At lower levels, what AI will do is they'll even if it's not a good idea, like even if it's a really bad idea, they'll cast the create golem, like in the mirror match. They'll cast the create golem and they'll just pass. And you can just drop your charged hippo, swing it at force, wipe the whole board, and they just lost so much tempo off of that alone. So that can be really good. It's kind of a slower card. It is really useful in a lot of different matchups though. So I mean, like it is definitely a nice option. One thing that will make the deck more expensive, but is really good, is Wallace. You can imagine going second, you'll be playing the 4-drop create golem on 5 mana. So the next turn you can drop this, and you'll have 4 tokens that are 2/2s, and that can just close out a game then and there, depending on the circumstance. So Wallace is really good. If you were going to include Wallace, I'd remove this dude, the Devastator. He's still really good, but you don't want to push your curve off being like cheap focused, basically. If your games are dragging on, you're not really playing aggressively enough, because you never win in the long game, or very rarely will you win in the long game. It's highly unlikely. But anyway, that is the deck. I'll show one more time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff. Add me in game. There's my friend code. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. All right, cheers.